Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video day, and today we're going to be talking about the New York Knicks potentially signing Ben Simmons. As reported by Jake Fisher yesterday, that the Sacramento Kings and the New York Knicks are the two teams that are eyeing Ben Simmons. It doesn't look like he's going to go back to the Los Angeles Clippers after they traded for John Collins and signed Bradley Beal. They only have one roster spot left to fill with a vet minimum. And I also believe Ben Simmons wants, and it's been reported that Ben Simmons wants a little bit more than the vet minimum. It's not like he wants a bunch of money, but I think he wants a little bit more than the vet minimum. Three-time All-Star, 2019-20 Steal Champ, and 2019-20 All-NBA. That doesn't really matter because Ben Simmons has taken a huge fall off. Let's look what he did this year. He averaged 5 points per game, 6 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game, shooting a total of 52% from the floor. Simmons shot 73% for the free throw line. I'm not going to say that's good, and this might shock some people, but that is the best Ben Simmons has shot just for free throw percentage. The best Ben Simmons has shot in his career in a season. Before that, the highest was 62%, but this year was the highest. Now, to be fair, Ben Simmons only shot 33 free throws this year, which is the highest since the 2022-23 season. And he was 24 for 33 at the line, shooting 73%. Last year was 6 for 15, shooting 40%. The 2022-23 season was 25 for 57, shooting 44%. 2020-21 season with Philly was 61%, shooting 176 for 287. So I know the attempts were down for Simmons this year at the free throw line compared to some of the seasons with Philly where it was a little bit over 60% from the free throw line. But again, I'll say Simmons was the best he has been in his career at the free throw line this season. And so he's the best in his career. He's been at the free throw line this year. Honestly, some of the games I watched Ben Simmons, mainly when he was with the Brooklyn Nets, I watched this guy, and even though he's not a great scorer, he's a terrible scorer. He wasn't a good scorer in Philly. He wasn't a great scorer in Philadelphia, but he was a decent scorer. Now he's just brings no value scoring wise. But people talk so bad about him because of how that he has so much skill level and not able to score. And him being scared to shoot the ball and doesn't shoot the ball, people make fun of him as a player. But I watch him and I'm like, this guy is such a gifted passer and facilitator, such a good rebounder, and such a good defender. And it's like he doesn't get enough credit for those things, and it doesn't get looked at because had such a terrible contract when he was in Brooklyn that made it look so horrendous. Like, you're getting paid this much money and you're playing like this. And then also he's always injured. But if he can stay healthy, he's very valuable to the team with what he brings with his passing and his defense and his rebounding. Like, what do the Knicks care if he's getting paid a bunch of money by the Brooklyn Nets because of the contract buyout? Like he's not making big money anymore. So let's just say the Knicks pay $4 or $5 million this season to get Ben Simmons on the team. I wouldn't mind having a guy for $4 or $5 million a season that can come in, average 5 points per game, give you 6 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game, do a great job defensively, such a good facilitator. I don't think I'd mind that for a couple mil a season or just a couple mil for one season. And the one thing I've watched is, how sometimes you'll see with a great passer, when a great passer gets the basketball to a shooter, it feels like the shooters have a good shooting percentage when a player gives them the basketball. That's another thing I've noticed with Ben Simmons. And it would make sense because he gets a lot of assists. He was averaging 7 assists with Brooklyn in 25 minutes per game this season, when he's averaging 3 assists in 16 minutes per game with the Clippers. Like, Ben Simmons, it seems like players have good shooting percentage when Ben Simmons is given the ball to shoot the basketball, is another thing I will say. So that was just something I noticed while watching him in Brooklyn. It's like, man, it seems like every time Ben Simmons kicks it out for a three-pointer, most of the time this guy's drilling the shot. I noticed that in a couple different games last season. But let me know your thoughts on the potential signing for the New York Knicks. It was reported the day before that, Jake Fisher announced that the Knicks and Kings were interested in Simmons, that the Knicks were going to fill one of their last roster spots with either Ben Simmons or Landry Shamet. I think either options would be good. I think Simmons comes in and I think Simmons, I will say, I think Simmons fits Mike Brown more. Like, Mike Brown loves defense. Mike Brown absolutely loves defense, and I think that, he fits that with Mike Brown. Great defender. Mike Brown likes defense. And also, I like Landry Shamet. I really do. I think he's a very underrated player. But let's remember, the Knicks just signed Jordan Clarkson. You don't need as much of, you don't need a shooter off the bench as much as you did before. Now adding in Jordan Clarkson off the bench, and you've got Deuce McBride as well. So Shamet definitely would be solid for them to re-sign, but Simmons might definitely be good. Like, imagine, this is one thing I'm thinking about. Imagine Ben Simmons, Mikal Bridges, and OG Anunoby on the same floor defensively. That is hard to have to go up against defensively. Say what you want about Simmons, he's a great defender, and I think you put those three guys on the floor together, Anunoby, Bridges, and Simmons. Those are three guys that you'll see in the front court. Whether Simmons might be playing guard in that lineup, and then Mitch Robinson or Katz at the 5 in that lineup potentially. That would be a bench lineup. If Brunson's resting, Simmons is on the floor with Anunoby and and Bridges. But the three of them I think would be dangerous on the floor together for two reasons. If you sign Simmons and then gave him minutes alongside OG and Bridges. They're all three great defensively, and then two of them are great shooters, and one of them is a great facilitator. With Ben Simmons being a great facilitator, having two great catch-and-shoot shooters like Anunoby and Bridges, and Bridges, who played with Simmons in Brooklyn and has chemistry with Simmons, would be great. Like, Simmons, if one, you've got two great shooters, and he's a great facilitator, it'd be great, I think, him being on the floor with OG and Bridges. Let me know your thoughts on the Knicks potentially signing Ben Simmons in the comment section, and peace out.